Hello and welcome back to Lost in the World. Thank you very much for tuning in. So this is a continuation of our TLDR guides. The whole purpose of these guides is to give you a very quick guide that you can follow easily. No messing around, no fluff. We've crunched the numbers, you just get the information. This is a XINGQIU guide, the most slept on hero in Genshin Impact. Like the other TLDR guides we are going to do, this is focusing on the strengths of XINGQIU, and we are building upon those strengths. Due to Genshin being a four-party game, it's very easy to make up for the weaknesses of a character through one of your other selections. So here we are focusing on XINGQIU's fantastic ability to off-field support via his E and via his Q, so that's his skill and his burst, and his ability to be a brilliant aura applicator for the combos for the rest of your team. So I'm not going to bore you by going through all the talents and the details. What you need to know is this. XINGQIU's E ability is an upward kind of Dragon Punch style range sword attack. It has a very strong multiplier. Run Sacrificial Sword because it resets the cooldown, has a high chance to, and the E has a massive elemental particle generation, as you'll see here. I've got my ultimate. His Q provides insane damage while off the field. Q procced, switching to Child, and his E just starts doing work. Sorry, XINGQIU's Q just starts doing work. One of the big bonuses of XINGQIU's E is not only the high damage, but the damage mitigation it provides. His Q also provides great damage mitigation. And again, this makes him a great off-field damage support, but also a great off-field damage mitigator. He's just got a brilliant all-around kit. Again, super quick on his talents. The first talent provides healing to the current character on the field when the range sword is shattered. And the second talent is a 20% straight Hydro damage bonus, which of course benefits his other abilities. The plan here is to buff his Q ability as much as possible and getting that Q ability available as much as possible. Again, it's very simple to build a lot of these supports at the moment because the best set is clearly the Noblesse Oblige. Just looking at that, the bonus damage is brilliant because it can be provided while XINGQIU is not on the field, therefore you're getting overlapping damage. On top of that, you get a 20% attack bonus. So very similar to Bennett, this is a very simple build and is why we've started with these two characters. It's very easy to focus on the dungeon to get them, and you'll be having a top tier support, which is really what pushes your whole team on another level, because you're always going to be focusing your DPS first, and then it's about pushing your supports to the next level. In terms of stats that you want to build, a lot of attack and a lot of Hydro damage bonus is what you need. You're going to be running the Sacrificial Sword for the energy recharge. So I've actually got my refined quite a lot. And you have a 70% chance to end its own cooldown on use. Now, when you think about the particle regeneration, you think about the bonus damage that the burst is giving you, and you think about the overlapping damage it gives you, this is a set that is very easy to focus on, very easy to build, and very easy to bump up the damage of your whole team. Main stats are attack and Hydro. So looking at this, we've got attack on the helm. We've got energy recharge on the pocket watch. I think that's just because I haven't got much else to put in there at the moment. So I've chosen that already. Flower's very basic, and the urn's got attack. Now this urn obviously is running 3 substats that aren't brilliant, but I have got, I also got geo damage. I have got other characters running Noblesse, so they have taken priority at the moment. So at the moment I don't have a goblet with Hydro damage bonus on it. I've given that to Child, so he's running currently an energy recharge. That's just a gap filler for now. He gets enough energy recharge from the Sacrificial Sword. In terms of Constellations and at what point it's worth investing in XINGQIU, honestly, I think at C0 he's well worth investing in. If you end up with C1 or C2, then 100% you should be pumping a lot of XP and a lot of mats into XINGQIU because he is a top level support with Bennett. If you have Child, again running XINGQIU is really big because the decrease in Hydro res is massive at C2, but also his ability to provide damage mitigation and to provide particle regen, which of course with Child being Hydro will get bonus particle regen from XINGQIU's generated particles. Obviously, if you end up with a C6 XINGQIU, like a lot of C6s, no brainer. This is a insanely strong C6, as is his C4. So that's it really. Very simply, you run Sacrificial Sword, you run a 4-piece Noblesse with your goblet being Hydro damage. At C0, you start working on him because he's superb at C0. At C1 or C2, you most definitely should be focusing on him unless your DPS is not leveled up. Talents are all very strong. him was massively underrated, and that just shows you where tier lists are not always right, because at the start he was not even regarded as decent, and now he's regarded as indispensable, and not much has changed, just people have learnt the game and understood the game more. Okay, we're just going to do a quick overview of his damage rotation. It's very simple, much easier than Bennett's even. You are simply proccing your E, so your elemental skill. If you get a cooldown, you wait for the animation to finish, and then you proc your E again, because if you do not get the bonus element. So you wait for your animation to finish, use your E again. If you've got your ultimate up, your Q, you use your Q and you switch to your DPS. If you use your E and you do not get a sacrificial sword proc, you simply switch to your DPS and you start damaging with the swords protecting them. If you get to your E and you do get the proc and you use it again and you don't get the ultimate up at that point, you again switch to your DPS, and quite soon after, if you generate orbs with them, you will have ultimate, you switch back to XINGQIU and you ultimate and switch back to your DPS. Quick example here of me desperately trying to show that combo as quickly as I could. I think I'm just showing my ultimate levels for Child and XINGQIU there. So it procced Sacrificial Sword, you can see that. The little clock timer. Got it again. My ultimate's up. I proc Q. Switch to Child. It's a bit annoying with this enemy, he does disappear a bit, but it's a good example. Good enough example. Now Child's ultimate was up. And I start doing random things for no reason. But that is a basic example there. And again, I'm getting his ultimate up, 2 sacrificial sword procs, and his ultimate is almost back. Very simple example, but it gives you an idea. You don't really need to keep him on the field that much. At this point, I was just messing around, but switch to Child, do a Bennett, E, vaporize, melt into the bonus combo. Very simple. And I think for Child, he is a no-brainer. But that is it really. That's our TLDR guide on XINGQIU. I hope it's useful. Stick to 5-star artifacts. And other than that, like, subscribe, and we will see you on the other side.